Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a calm, over-the-shoulder look at something so many of us business owners desperately need, but let's be honest, we really struggle to actually picture, and that's handing off the daily grind. We're going to step into a chronological documentary of an 8-hour shift with a virtual assistant. No wild theories, no vague promises, just a totally clear, structured look at a real workday. We'll track exactly what happens on screen and exactly how much time gets handed right back to the business owner.
What exactly would a virtual assistant do for 8 hours? Honestly, it's the most common question out there. You're overwhelmed, you know you for sure should delegate, but then you look at your chaotic desk and just can't visualize the actual day-to-day handoff. Actually, a Harvard Business Review study found that knowledge workers spend 41% of their time on tasks that could totally be delegated. 41%. That's literally almost half your week just gone. But what does that delegation look like in real life? What exactly would a VA do for 8 whole hours while you're out there focusing on actual growth? Let's map it out.
So here's our roadmap for the day. At 8 a.m., shift start. 9 a.m., inbox triage. 11 a.m., scheduling. 1 p.m., CRM updates. 2:30 p.m., customer callbacks. And finally, a 4:30 p.m. summary report. Let's just walk right through it chronologically.
Okay, 8 a.m., shift start and handover.
The day begins totally seamlessly. The virtual assistant securely logs into your systems using a password manager, something like 1Password or LastPass, so your credentials stay absolutely safe. And here's the best part. They aren't waiting around for you to wake up and bark orders at them. Right away, they review your handover notes and jump into the standard operating procedures, or SOPs, that are just sitting neatly in a shared drive. They're already aligned with your top priorities before you've even poured your first cup of coffee.
Just by handing off this morning's setup, the secure logins, the daily alignment, the general prep, you've already saved yourself 30 minutes. 30 minutes you didn't have to spend organizing what needs to be done because, well, it's already happening.
Moving on to 9 a.m., inbox triage and management. Right here is where the virtual assistant tackles the absolute ultimate productivity killer, the inbox. Watch as they triage all that noise before you even flip open your laptop. They're flagging the genuinely urgent messages, the ones that actually require your specific expertise. They're drafting responses to routine questions using pre-approved templates. And yes, they are ruthlessly unsubscribing you from that soul-crushing junk mail, organizing the rest into clear, designated labels. The result? You only ever see what truly matters. That rigorous inbox management, it just gave you back another 45 minutes. You get to bypass the digital clutter entirely and step straight into the high-value work that actually moves the needle for your business.
Next up, 11 a.m., calendar and scheduling.
Moving over to your scheduling software, the VA takes over that endless back and forth of booking meetings. We all know the dread of playing calendar Tetris, right? Trying to fix double bookings, resolving conflicts, it's exhausting. Well, they take that over entirely. They send out automated reminders so no one no-shows, but most importantly, they fiercely protect your time by blocking out periods for deep focus. They handle the messy logistics, you simply show up and shine.
Boom, that is another full hour returned to you. Tallying this up, the momentum of our running metric is really starting to build. An entire hour of negotiating time slots and chasing down confirmations is completely off your plate.
Post-lunch, it's 1 p.m., CRM updates and data.
Okay, so inside your CRM, whether that's HubSpot, Salesforce, or just a custom database you built, your VA is in there keeping the pipeline completely accurate. They're entering new leads like John Doe, logging meeting notes, and updating statuses for active clients like Jane Smith, while flagging new opportunities. They keep the data spotless, so absolutely no deals slip through the cracks just because of, administrative neglect.
Let's be real, data entry is incredibly tedious, but it's absolutely crucial for growth. By delegating this pipeline tracking and record updating, you maintain perfect data hygiene without spending another full 60 minutes of your own time just typing away into a database.
Hitting the mid-afternoon block at 2:30 p.m. Customer callbacks and support.
Fast, friendly customer service builds loyalty, and slow service, it completely kills it. Following a strict standard operating procedure, the VA screens inbound calls, acting as a professional gatekeeper so you aren't constantly interrupted by spam or tire kickers. Next, they flawlessly onboard new clients by sending welcome emails and kickoff docs. Finally, they proactively follow up to gather feedback and just ensure total client satisfaction. It creates an incredibly smooth, highly professional experience for your customers.
Client onboarding, screening those calls, handling routine follow-ups, these things eat up a vast portion of the afternoon. Delegating this frontline support reclaims a massive 90 minutes of your day every single day. That's huge.
Winding down at 4:30 p.m. The end of shift summary. To wrap up the day, the VA submits a clean, super simple 3-bullet async update. It details exactly what was completed today, what is currently in progress for tomorrow, and any specific blockers or questions they need you to weigh in on. It proves the work was done and keeps you entirely in the loop, completely eliminating the need for one of those long, draining end-of-day catch-up meetings.
By avoiding that manual reporting and skipping the synchronous recap meeting, you save a final 45 minutes. Plus, you get to end your day with total peace of mind knowing exactly where everything stands.
Okay, let's tally this whole thing up. 5.5 hours. That is the massive total of daily hours returned to the business owner in just a single 8-hour VA shift. By systematically handing off the morning setup, email triage, scheduling, data entry, client support, and reporting, you literally reclaim more than half of your workday. That's time you can now spend focusing on strategy, growth, or, hey, simply getting your life back. That is the exact concrete ROI of effective delegation.
And that concludes our documentary walkthrough of a real day with a virtual assistant. If you're tired of spending your time on tasks that can and absolutely should be delegated, well, it's time to take action. The next step is super concrete. Book a call to scope out your first hire. Thanks for joining this explainer today. But before you go, I want to leave you with one final question to think about. Are you running your business, or is your business running you? Just imagine what you could actually achieve if you got 5.5 hours of your life back every single day.